In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to add a column with scripts in Supabase, step by step 2026. Start by opening your browser and heading to supabase.com. This is where we'll manage the database and run the SQL that adds the new column. Once the site loads, sign into your account. Use your preferred sign-in method, then you'll be dropped into the dashboard. Keep this part simple, just make sure you're logged into the right workspace. On the homepage, choose your organization. This matters because projects live inside organizations, and we want to make changes in the correct place. If you're part of multiple orgs, take a second to pick the one that owns the database you're working on. Next, open your existing project. If you don't have one yet, you can create a new project, but today we'll focus on adding a column to an existing setup. As a quick bit of context, Supabase gives you both an auto-generated REST API and client libraries like Supabase.js for CRUD operations. But under the hood it all relies on SQL. Adding a column is a schema change, so we'll do it directly with a script. Inside the project, look to the left navigation and click SQL Editor. This is your built-in query console where you can write and run SQL against your Postgres database without leaving the dashboard. Here, you can type your own SQL from scratch, or you can speed things up by using templates. Templates are great because they give you battle-tested snippets and a clear structure to follow, which helps avoid typos and syntax errors. To move faster, let's use the templates. Open the Community or Templates section within the SQL editor so you can browse the ready-made queries that Supabase provides. Find and select the Add a Column template. When you click it, the editor will automatically populate with an alter table statement. Replace the placeholder values with your actual schema and table name, your new column's name, and the data type you need. If the table already has data, think about whether the column should allow nulls or have a default value. Postgres will require one of those if the column is non-nullable. Keep names lowercase with underscores for consistency, and double-check you're targeting the right table before running anything. When everything looks correct, click Save to keep this query for future reuse, then click Run on the right to execute it. Watch the results panel for a success message. If you see an error, read it carefully. Usually it's a table name, schema, or data type mismatch. And that's it. Your new column is now part of the table and ready to use in your application.